Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 9 of the LunchBox Comics Draw Stream. I am LunchBox Warren, and I am the writer and artist and letterer and everything on the ongoing series, The Adventures of Sig and Joe. I have issue 1, 2, and 3 done, and you can find all of them on Globalcomix. And tonight on episode 9 of the Draw Stream, before I get drawing, I'm going to wanted to talk about, and essentially what I'm going to be doing is what a couple of my friends do, is they'll essentially make a video in the middle of a live stream. So then I'll act like it's a full-on the video, how I would do it, and then after the draw stream is done, I download the whole stream and I cut out that video, put a title on it, and then I can put it up for a shorter video on YouTube along those lines. And tonight I wanted to talk about this interesting thing that's been going on with comic movies is since Endgame, we've been having a bit of a we'll talk more about more than we'll just save it for the video because there's no reason to get into deep now, and I'm just going to go over it here in a second. So I just wanted to so we're going to start doing that first. For a second here, we're going to get into the actual video, and we'll talk about the possibilities of a ceiling on indie comics, or not indie comics, but on comic movies, because it seems like right now that even the good movies only can make so much money. So we'll go over that here in a second. So I got everything all set up. So we're going to go into that, and we'll make this video right now. Okay. So all right, here we go. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the first video of LunchBox Comics News. LunchBox Warren, the writer and creator of the ongoing comic series, The Adventures of Sig and Joe, available on Globalcomix. Link in the description. Issues 1, 2, and 3 are there. And I'm going to go over a topic I think would be interesting to discuss over in comic book movies. And one of the things I wanted to talk about in this video, the very first video, is there now a ceiling or cap on comic book films? We've had 4 comic book movies come out this year: Brave New World, Thunderbolts, Superman, and now Fantastic Four. And out of all 4 of those films had positive levels of audience score for the most part. Captain America was the weakest of the 4. With a 45% score on the critics on Rotten Tomato and a 75% score with audience. Rotten Tomatoes is not the end-all be-all, but it does kind of reflect with the multiple reviews the scores on these. So I'm going to bring up here what's going on here with first. I'll show you. Hold on one sec. Boom. So here's Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four is an 86 with the critics and a 92% with the fans. There's a lot of positive talk about this, very, very small amounts of negative, but not too much. And it seems to be overall being praised as a pretty some of the better work that Marvel has done. But box office wise, it's facing a 66% drop on its second weekend, and it might not, if it continues these drastic drops, the overall projected is probably going to be around like 500, maybe $600 million. It all depends on how long Disney keeps it in theaters before it does the whole offer it on streaming or offer it on that where it's like that early where you can pay more money to rent it. Essentially, if it's still in theaters, I don't think they're going to do that with Superman. I have a feeling that Warner Bros. Is going to ride Superman out in theaters as long as possible. I hope Disney does the same thing. But still, though, this movie's might only cap out at $600 million. Superman, with an 83% critics and 91% audience score, is looking at possibly an end cap of around 630 to possibly 660. I've seen both estimates on that. It's having a very It's having a very good. It's having smaller drops. It has legs, if you will. It only had a 53% drop the first, and I think only a 45% drop from that on the second weekend. And even with the weekend with the Fantastic Four out, it's still doing decently, and it's already at 550 million. And overall, and it looks like, like I said, the estimates were 660 to I believe, or 630 to like 680 being the most generous. I don't know if it'll reach 700 million. I thought it might, but it doesn't look like it now. That's going to take some work to get there, even though there's not much competition right now until I guess October when Mortal Kombat comes out. I can't really think of too much else overall that could be in there, but there might be some kids movie along those lines. Thunderbolts, another movie that did not do well box office wise, but 88% critics, 93% audience. Another film with a lot of positive buzz. People liked it, and it starts to make you wonder. Before, when the films weren't doing good financially, it was kind of like, well, that is that's on Disney's quality. Like, aside from maybe Deadpool, Wolverine, Guardians 3, and arguably some of the other stuff, but generally their quality has not been great. So it's kind of hurting their brand. Also, on that, you have to factor in economic factors on how, there's a lot of stressful stuff going on right now. Prices are really high. The economy's not doing great. And the people are feeling that squeeze. So spending money to go out to see a movie, especially if the superhero movies have just kind of lost their flair to people. So Superman right now sitting at 551 on the box office, and like I said, possibly capping out around 630, 660. I think 660 is being generous, but it depends on how long they allow it to stay in the theaters. Let's see here. Thunderbolts. Let's see here. Bam. Thunderbolts ended with $382 million in the box office. And for a superhero movie, especially with a movie like that, which I believe the budget was around 180 to $200 million. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look that up. But the budget for the film, and with what it took in, is nowhere near enough, especially. But the thing is with it, though, is it has a good reviews from fans. So people are not going out and seeing movies as much. COVID did a lot of damage to that in movie theaters. And so there are outside factors then, aside from just, hey, what's up, MSK? There are outside factors aside from just the movies being good or bad. Economic factors will keep people going in to see movies. Just the way things are, it costs a lot of money. Everything costs more money now. So it could be that's taking a chunk out of it. And also to that even though I'm not sure about superhero fatigue, but I do believe in goodwill. And there's a big problem that Marvel or Disney and also DC has had is they lost their goodwill with their audience, and a lot of people just don't want to come back because they just don't care anymore. So we'll see if the positivity with Superman, the positivity out of Fantastic Four, We have Spider-Man coming up on the Sony side. Even though it has no money for Disney, it can create a positive momentum for Marvel. So there is that kind of effect with it. And also helps setting up Doomsday, which is going to be a big hit for Marvel, it's not a big hit. I'm saying it's a big risk for Marvel because it has to do good to keep going with what they're doing. They're spending lots of money, and they need to make sure that they can if it's not staying viable, they're going to make some massive changes to it. So that's it for the first video. Make sure you guys check out the links in the description, as well as the links for my comic book, The Adventures of Sig and Joe, which is on Globalcomix now. Globalcomix is a amazing app that can be used to read all sorts of DC, Image, as well as a massive library of indie comics, including my own. So you guys have yourselves a great day and a great night, and I'll see you on here again later. Peace. All right, there we go. So that is the first video I've ever made. So we'll see. Well, you have to download that and then edit it, and we'll get going on here. So that's awesome. And yeah, so now that we have that done, I did want to show you guys. I'll be close up these windows so my computer's not having to keep 20 things open. All right, so now let's see here. Remove. I don't agree with you, MSK. I really don't. Let's see here. Pop that up and then present. Share screen, window, share, hide. But now we're going to get on to working on issue 4 for Sig and Joe. Like I said, issues 1 through 3 are already on Globalcomix, and I'll put the link to the Globalcomix page in the chat here. Give me 1 sec. Copy, paste. So there's the link to Globalcomix page, where you can find the first 3 issues of Sig and Joe, and also my other comic, was how the squirrels saved Longview, about how the city park squirrels fight off an alien invasion to save their town. And that is also on Globalcomix. Now you can read that one for free, and if you join Globalcomix, you can get to read all 3 issues of the Adventures of Sig and Joe. And let's see here. There. So now I'm going to start working on issue 4 pages. Add this to the stage. I want to do this one. All right. And I'll put on some music and all that. Hope everyone is having a great night. Let's see here. Close that up. But yeah, it is interesting, though. I think I do think that there might be a cap now. I don't know if it's going to stay that way forever, but it is possible that superhero movies will only just make so much money. And that's just kind of the way things go, though. I mean, Marvel had a lot of good faith that they've ruined. So, and so did DC with the mishandling of their IPs. So, it's just plus, too, the way the economy is, even if Marvel was putting out good stuff like it is, Marvel and DC both put out good movies this year, as I showed before, and they still are having a difficult time getting to that golden mark where it's budget budget, marketing, and then you make twice of that. So if a movie's costs $100 million to make and $50 million in the budget, then that's $150 million they have to make up, and it's considered a success when it makes $300 million, which is double that amount. And then everything on top of that is just pure profit, I guess. But neither Fantastic Four or Superman are going to do that. Superman budget and marketing is at 350, and so it needs to make 700. So at the best estimate I've heard was 680, which was, I think, extremely generous. So, let's go low number, 630. That means it was 70 million off from that mark. But the movie is extremely positive and causing a more positive buzz for Supergirl and for the other projects James Gunn is doing. So as you build that wave of enthusiasm, you'll start seeing those profits increase. I still don't know though if is the $1 billion mark still possible on a more regular, like Deadpool Wolverine made more than $1 billion, but that was Deadpool and Wolverine. That's a special situation. You can't like look at that. You can't look at that and then be like, okay, well, this is what all movies should be doing, because that's Ryan Reynolds, it's Deadpool, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine. They were brought together. You got the costume, marketing for it was amazing. That's not going to happen with every movie, but so with this cap comes hey, what's up, Phil? With this cap comes the problem of, okay, so if Marvel knows and DC knows this movie can only make, or these movies are only going to make, let's say at the very best, $700 million. Well, then they're not going to want to spend much more than they're going to want to spend less than what James Gunn spent on Superman in order to keep making these movies, because they want to increase the profit areas. They don't want to be under the golden area every time they make a movie. So we might see the budgets of superhero movies start getting smaller. Because the business is only yielding so much. So it makes you wonder, like, how is that going to, how's all this going to work out? There's a lot of positivity and positive buzz around the movies, but it's just the box offices are not reflecting what they need to for what the budgets of these films are, what they used to make. So that just begs a question of, how long before we start seeing budget changes? Because there's already rumors that Doomsday, the Avengers Doomsday movie, his budget is already ballooned over with marketing $1 billion, or set to, or something along those lines. Like it's like 900 million right now. And if that's true, which that could just be internet too, their quote unquote sources. So I put stock it is, but if it is ballooning up, and Marvel's had a problem with ballooning budgets, are we going to see some changes on how the stuff is handled? I know Marvel's already talking about quality over quantity, and kind of slowing down their output. Um, they're not going to have another. We're not going to have another Marvel movie made by Disney Marvel Studios until Avengers Doomsday. The only other Marvel movie coming out is a is Spider Man, and that's a Sony movie essentially. Just made by distributed by Sony, which it does help out with the enthusiasm and help it set up and Doomsday, but it doesn't help out profits wise. It'll be interesting to see because I know No Way Home I think was $1 billion movie or made $1 billion. I think I'd have to double check. This is page what are we on 28. Well, yeah, technically it's 27, and I have of 76 pages. Oh yeah, if you guys want to follow my links, um, down in the description of the live, I put all my links in there. So I also stream to TikTok and put videos on there, and I'm also on Twitter and Facebook. I don't do much on Instagram because the platform is I've never been able to really get traction on it. It's like it's every one of those platforms is like its own little ecosystem. Yeah, I can see that. Facebook and really messed with the old algorithm quite a bit for both platforms. Yeah, I know Facebook's very pay to play. Like I went on there and did I've done a couple paid ads or paid boosts, and then it's like you get like 10,000 some views and some interactions. So I've dabbled in paid advertising. It was only like $10. Oh, it was $50. I think I spent. I have been keeping an eye out personally on Globalcomix is doing a beta run on print on demand service where you'll be able to take, and it's a partnership with Comics Wellspring, the comic publisher, where you'll be able to take your book, upload it there, and then people can order it. Comics Wellspring will print it and ship it, and then you get a piece of that. Now, what I'm interested in, and I haven't heard yet or seen yet, is how much is it going to, how much of the book's going to cost? Because I know when you do print on demand T-shirts, you're paying like $50 for a shirt because they're only printing that one shirt for you. Printing cost goes down largely based upon quantity. So the more books you print, the cheaper per book you get. The more T-shirts you print, the cheaper per shirt you get. So if they're going to be doing a print-on-demand service for comic books, are they going to be selling like $15 floppies? Now, it's mentioned in the article that the article that Globalcomix did that you're going to be able to set your margins, but they didn't get much into detail on it. And generally, if it's like print on demand, like clothing, like from the like Teespring or stuff along those lines, essentially they give you, okay, it's going to cost us $26 to make and print and ship this shirt. Then you go on top of that and pick out how much profit you want to make. So you could say, well, I'm going to sell them at 29, and then I'll make $3 per shirt. So and that's kind of how that system works. So on the comic books, they might go to. I mean, I don't know how much it's going to cost to print one comic book. So are you going to be, is it going to be like a floppy, but that floppy going to be like $10-15 after shipping? And is that going to work? Or people are going to want it now? Is it going to be better to do graphic novels, because graphic novels would possibly have a better price ratio, but it still that wasn't going to be like $50 for a graphic novel. I mean, what's print on demand costs when you're only printing one book? That's what's going to be. That's what I'm going to be looking at. Because if it's not viable, then I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to put a graphic novel for $60 on on global, on global print on demand. I should look at what Amazon's print on demand is, see what their margins are. Because I imagine Globalcomix will get closer to probably the same, around the same area as that. I would imagine, but I'm not 100% sure. Because Amazon has a print on demand option, and I'm not sure what the markup is on that. It might be a passive income, but it might not be viable. Hey, Emily, how you doing? Hope you're having a good night. I don't always do a lot of talking, so if you guys do want to ask me something or want me to talk about something, just hit me up in the chat. And if not, I will just be, let the music go, and I will just be kind of zoning in and drawn. I do hope to go see Fantastic Four in the next couple days. Has anyone in the chat seen Fantastic Four yet? I've heard nothing but good things so far. I mean, it's not, just like Superman, the movie's not perfect, but I heard it's pretty good. Okay. Soups was better, more fun then, or more, was a better film, in your opinion, sir? That's good though, because I'm excited. I love Superman. I love the Superman movie, and I'm excited to go see another good one. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up that I'm gonna start taking. Well, part of me wants to take more time to watch stuff, and another part of me is just like, no, I need to get issue 4 done. I need to get these pages done by the end of September. Like I have to. if I want to have the graphic novel being out ready to be printed and to me before November. So I'm kind of hammering away on that, but at the same time, I'm also missing out on a lot of fun stuff, and you know, trying to figure out priorities, I guess. Like taking time to go see a movie or watch a TV show or something along those lines. I mean, hell, to play a video game, I have to try to work in to figure out how to do a game stream. So then that way, at least I'm streaming and getting content out there. It's like constantly. Now I'm trying to work on creating more content. So it's just like adding more shit to the plate. Oh, that's right, the new King of the Hill. I think Peacemaker kicks off in the next week also, or maybe it's more to the end of August. Peacemaker season 2 is coming out. I'm excited for that. I loved season 1 of Peacemaker. Oh, I have a visitor. What is up? Yeah. Say hi, Bear. Oh, yeah. Love you too, Bear. Bear will sometimes come up here and sit in my lap while I draw. Yep. I'm going to teach him how to letter, get him some classes. What? What is it? Huh? Probably hear somebody pulling up. Yeah, I'm Bear's second favorite person in the house, but his favorite person in the house is my my sister-in-law Cynthia. Whenever she's gone, he's usually wrapped around me, and when she comes back, he'll sprint off to go say hello. Oh yeah, oh you like the name Rob? Sorry. Hey Michael, just here pet my dog on camera. How's everything going with you? Yeah, puppy likes he likes his chest and his neck rubs. Yeah. Oh, okay, nice. Sounds like you had a long day. Been doing pretty good. The day job's been going pretty steady, and I am getting artwork and pages done for Sig and Joe. Tried recording a video in the beginning of the live stream, and I forgot to talk about some stuff, so I might redo it. I'm trying to work on learning how to make videos, like the shorter video content that YouTube algorithm loves or used to love, or like along those lines. That's good to hear. Having productive days are very nice. Oh, now he's asleep. Do all of this while holding a dog. His name is Bear. He's a little Chihuahua Terrier mix. And since we've had him, and my parents also have a Chihuahua, I've become quite the fan of Chihuahuas. Yeah, I've had him on an MSK stream. Sometimes he'll come down, and he always comes down to my feet and starts jumping up, trying to get onto my lap. So then I'll pick him up and bring him on camera. What is up, MSK? You are alive. Okay, nice. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to MSK. He is putting out streams all the time, and I will be on his stream on Wednesday this week coming up and Friday, talking about all the goodness. Oh, very nice. Congratulations. You clout chasing fuck. You have a great time banging horses? I think that's illegal in most states. Oh, thank you. Thank you, USS Arn. Thank you very much. Chihuahuas don't like you, Phil? That's funny. Oh, well, that's good. Yeah. Chihuahuas are very, very loving. Or at least a couple that I've been around have been. Oh, yeah. I love dogs, though. I prefer, like, I love dogs and cats, but I do prefer cats only because, like, they're less needy, but they are kind of assholes at times. Dogs are like, you're their world. Yeah, I tell people dogs are like having kids, like kids, and cats are like having roommates that kind of don't like you. All right. Now let's add some line weight. Yeah, when it's food time, cats become all friendly. Oh, mac and cheese. I am working on page 28 of my comic book, The Adventures of Sig and Joe. This is the final issue of the first arc. First three issues are on Globalcomix. And this is a big old multi-armed heavy loader robot that's used mostly for moving around bigger objects and heavy lifting for this robot corporation. And it is that Sig and Joe are fighting it right now. Kind of like the end boss for the heist arc. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Sig and Joe, or the Adventures of Sig and Joe, is essentially like Aqua Teen Hunger Force um, meets Firefly. It's all takes place in on this little moon called the Waste Can in this crazy solar system. And Sig and Joe, a cigarette and a coffee cup, fight against evil corporations and desert gang members in this kind of really rough Mad Max looking kind of sci-fi world that has a splash of like Blade Runner in it along those lines. It's essentially an action comedy. Sig and Joe fist fighting and shooting robots, um, set in this wacky friggin' world. And they managed to explode one of the heads. This thing needs 3 heads to fully operate. It has 3 heads and 6 arms. So each head kind of controls 2 arms. So Sig and Joe is able to take out 1 head, and now they've got to work on the uh, the other 2. Awesome. And link in the description for Globalcomix if you like reading comic books online or through digital. And also links to my like Facebook and stuff where you keep track. As soon as I get issue 4 done, I'm going to have a graphic novel available 1 through 4, all in printed format. So I'm excited for that. And I'm shooting for a November date of having that in my hands. I'm using a Huion 21-inch tablet on Clip Studio Paint. Oh, there we go. Mom must be home. That was my brother's dog, Bear. He's a little Chihuahua Terrier mix. Yeah, I love my Julian. I've had this one for almost 10 years now. And it's been working like a champ for me, no problems. trying not to work too fast with my inking, but at the same time, also not wanting to. It's a balance between doing too much and not enough. There is something nice about the aesthetic of a more, I guess, a dirtier line, if you will. Like it's not, you're not taking all the time to make everything perfect. So it has a little bit of a wiggle to it. So it kind of gives it more of a real, almost more realistic when you I don't know about realistic. It looks better aesthetically sometimes if you can pull it off. So, yeah, it's kind of like you can see, it's a tank, but they didn't take all the ruler out and make everything perfect. They kind of just freehanded, and it has a little bit more emotion to it when you draw it. But you just also got to make sure that it still looks good, and you're not getting to the lazy part. You got to balance it out. And I don't like saying lazy because it's still it's work. It's just you got time schedules, and you want to get it done, but at the same time you want to get it done right. So there's always that balance. So, what are you working on, mac and cheese? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, that's cool. That was really cool. You never know. Maybe one of these days you're gonna get a whole story written out. Maybe do a full book on them. You never know. But it is cool though. Just even doing that's cool. It's just fun being creative and getting out there and doing it and drawing and having fun. I never feel like I've wasted my time spending a large time drawing. It's a lot of work, but it's very addicting. I'm very hooked on the process, the writing, the character designs, getting the story down, the dialogue. I mean, I'm starting. I really am addicted to doing all of it. Yeah, that's thumbnailing exactly, or that's creating thumbnails, layouts. Yeah, that is a fun because it's just a pure creative process. Like by the time I get to inking, most of the art decisions are pretty much done. I still have a little bit more. I'll do a little bit more tweaking to it as I ink, fixing stuff here and there. But when I get to like the grayscaling that I do, pretty much all the art decisions are done. It's in that layout, penciling, and then you're doing like the finished pencils. That's where like a lot of the creative process is, deciding the panels and deciding everything and setting it all up. That's where the big part of it is. Once you get to the gray toning part, then it there are still some decisions made, but not nearly as many. For me, the thumbnailing is part of the script making process. So I'll write out a script, and then once I have the script written out and I need to start working on dialogue, that's when I start thumbnailing because I want the dialogue and the panel flow to help each other out, to be symbiotic, if you will. So I don't create the thumbnails until I start doing the dialogue, the finished dialogue for the script. So I'll say like essentially like I'll get the script to about 95%. Well, not 95, but about to the point where I'm doing finished dialogue, and then I'll start working on layouts. And during the layouts, I'll tweak the dialogue to make it fit. So I'll essentially have it like 95% done, and then when I go through to do the layouts and figuring out where all the dialogue and stuff is going to go for the story, that's where I might make some tweaks to the dialogue, tweaks to the script, because the layouts might say, okay, I could actually do this better over here, or that doesn't quite work on paper. So, just until I start figuring it out. Then when the layouts are done, I have a whole finished script at that point. Dialogue, everything's figured out. Then it's going to start working on the pencils. And the pencil, from the pencil part, it's just, let's see here, hold on a second. When it comes to pencils, I'm losing my train of thought here. I got to fix this. Oh. Yeah, so when I'm doing the layouts, I might come across an area where I need to change or along those lines. Then I'll do the layouts, get it all kind of figured out, and then when I'm doing pencils, I might not like what I did in an area, so I'll redo pages, whole pages sometimes, and whole sequences to make sure that I'm putting out the best that I can. This whole 4-issue journey with Sig and Joe has really been learning how to do this stuff in my process, because I made issue 4 completely differently, as in script structure and create and building it completely differently than I did the other 3. Well, not completely. It's just I've been building my process up, learning about why certain things are important, like character designs and getting your script finalized, your dialogue, and there's all this other stuff. When I made the first Sig and Joe comic, I barely even had the dialogue figured out, and I was drawing pages, kind of figuring it out as I went. Now I do much more prep work on stories, like the one after this comic book, the squirrel story that I'm going to do a graphic novel of, is I'm working on the script of that right now when I'm not doing this. I got a whole notepads full of stuff, and I'm getting that thing pretty close to getting ready to start doing dialogue and layouts. It's something that practice, of course, and just it's just creating. Just keep doing it. Oh, audio's back. You have yourself a good night and keep up the good work. Oh, hey, what's up, Dingus? Yeah, stream's been going well. Getting the inks done for Paige on issue 4 of Sig and Joe. Okay, nice. What game have you been playing? Oh, great game. I have it downloaded on my PS5, but it's the new remastered edition. Oh, what a great game. I've been doing another playthrough of Cyberpunk recently when I take time to play some video games. Oh, nice. I wish they'd make a sequel for that one, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. It is it's so much a better game now since launch. And now you can probably get it on sale with like the DLC, and it's a much better game now. Yeah, they did a lot of fixing Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was rough when it first came out, almost unplayable in some places. Nice. That's why I played on PS5. Ugh. Anybody out there wrestling fans? Big old SummerSlam this weekend. That was good. Hey, Sachi, thank you for stopping by and hitting the like. That's awesome. Always appreciate it. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we've hit the 2 hour mark. I need to take a break anyways, so I'm going to end the stream. I want to thank everyone who stopped by tonight. I want to thank everyone who was active in the chat, Sashi, Dingus, Phil, MSK, Michael, Emily. thank you guys all. You guys are awesome. And in the description, you can find links to my Globalcomix page, or you can find my work so far, issues 1, 2, and 3 of the Adventures of Sig and Joe, and How the Squirrels Saved Longview. Right now, issue 4 is banging away, and I'm going to be putting out some more videos, more like comic book news kind of videos. I'm going to start talking about certain things going on in the industry, movie wise, comic book wise, and start creating more shorter videos. So those are going to be coming down the line. And yeah, more. Keep an eye out. Follow in the description. You'll have my link tree where you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and X, or sorry, not Twitter, X, Instagram, and TikTok. And TikTok, I do live streams on there as well, and also post videos. So you guys have a great day. You have a great night, Dingus, Sashi, Phil, everybody. And I will see you guys here next Sunday. You can also catch me Wednesday and Friday on MSK shows. And I keep talking about doing a game stream. One of these days I will. I got some days off coming up ahead, so I'll probably do. I want to do a game stream, so we'll see if I get to squeeze one in. All right, you guys have a great night, and see you later.